Welcome back, Tribe. Have one here that says roughly half of graduates are underemployed 10 years after college, study finds. What is going wrong in America?
The Education Data Initiative says average college costs are as high as $55,000, but is it worth it? For many graduates, that answer is increasingly murky. The Burning Glass Institute finds 10 years after finishing school, 45% of bachelor's degree holders were underemployed. That means they held a job that doesn't typically require a college degree. The study found more men than women are underemployed, and when broken down by race, Black Americans with college degrees had higher rates of underemployment than their Hispanic, white, and Asian peers. Vanessa Furmans wrote about the issue for the Wall Street Journal. She's deputy chief for the journal's Careers and Workplace Bureau, and she joins me now. Thank you so much for joining us. Let's start with the factors that are leading graduates to be underemployed. What are they?
Well, we've had this for the last several...
Bullshit degrees, bloated management, hardly any good teachers, good research, indoctrination in the campuses, radical ideologies instead of teaching children, or I should say young adults, valuable things that would help them in the marketplace. They just care about their endowment and donations from rich people and their legacy families. It's ridiculous what college has become in America.
Decades, a push for college for all. So a lot of students or a lot of high school graduates are going into college, perhaps without an actual career plan until later in their studies. And then colleges haven't been able to catch up with in terms of the majors and the degree programs that employers want. The other big issue is internships. It seems a lot of students actually aren't getting internships while they're in college. And the study showed, is a really decisive factor in getting that first college level job once you graduate.
And is the theory behind that internship piece that that you sort of build up at least a little bit of credibility with employers, and that then helps you when you finally graduate? Is that the way it's supposed to work?
Yeah, there are a bunch of things that speak to the power of internships.
And they don't pay internships anymore. Everybody wants free interns. They want slave labor. They want to take advantage of these young kids that are hungry for a bright future and don't understand their value in the marketplace. And these companies basically put a stranglehold on it and only hiring interns that are willing to work for free, because if you don't want it bad enough, why should we hire you? Why should we give you these valuable skills? Dude, the job market is so messed up. How many people here have done free internships because they had no other choice? Yeah, people used to get paid to do intern work. The pay was shit, but still it wasn't free.
Developing those soft skills while you're on the job in the internship, how to present yourself professionally. Another big issue is networking. We all think it's, not all of us, but a lot of us think that if I just go out there and apply for a job after college, something's going to happen. It's still the way you find a job is through networking, not just friends and families, but for professional contacts. And a lot of that comes through the internship experience.
Who you know.
And Vanessa, tell me about, do we know which majors are ones in which graduates tend to be underemployed? And is there a reverse? Are there some majors that guarantee that you will be getting a job that's commensurate with your education?
Yeah, more than anything, major was the big factor here. There's some majors, and I think some of them aren't a surprise. They're very math-intensive degrees, such as in engineering, computer science, math-intensive business degrees like business and or finance and accounting, also and education. But then there are other degrees that actually were a surprise to me. The less finance or math intensive business degrees, such as marketing or human resources. Among STEM degrees, life sciences or biology related degrees, there's a high rate of.
This is a shock or a surprise to her. Humanities and cultural studies, they're 55% underemployed. Public safety and security, 68%. Recreation and wellness, 60%. Business, non-math. This is shocking to these people. They just don't want to say that most of the people that are getting these majors are women. Women are basically taking on debt. They're the largest group of debt holders in America by far. More women, although graduating or at least attending campuses at a 60-40 rate compared to men, are vastly the ones graduating in the useless degrees that will have no job for them, no good salaries. They will be forever stuck in the debt trap of paying off their loans, while men are still, for the most part, still doing STEM degrees and more professional degrees like law. If you're going to go to school, $50,000 a year liberal arts elite institution to learn about cultural studies, you're absolutely effed unless your job is already secured because you got Big Daddy Bucks. He owns a business. He just wants you to get a 4-year degree from an elite institution. It doesn't matter what you major in, kid, because you'll take over the family business one day. Or don't worry about daddy is so connected that you're going to work at this high-powered firm. Your foot is already in the door simply because daddy knows the owner of the firm or half of the board or whoever else he's connected with. That's how all this shit works. This is how these rich kids get these incredible jobs that are paying $100,000 plus a year at the very start with little to no experience, bro. Networking, that's the key, guys. That's the magic. They bullshitted you. Unless you're extremely smart and build yourself up from the ground up and invent shit, create apps, whatever, you have to know people, man. In the world that we live in, it's who you know, not what you know. Unless what you know is worth a lot of money.
Unemployment. It really depends on the infrastructure in the colleges and the universities around getting people into internships and getting them into a recruiting path that helps them get into that first college level job.
And let me ask you about the lifetime effects of this. Do people get stuck being underemployed, or do those who can get out of being underemployed, how do they do it?
Well, some of it's luck. Some of it is resetting their career path. I would say that, the premium one gets from having a college degree still is there. The study also showed that if you have a college level job with a college degree, you are making on average 90% more annually than somebody with just a high school degree. If you are somebody who's unemployed with a college degree, you are making on average about 25% more. So still a little bit more, but not.
And it's weird. They don't bring up blue collar work. Why don't they talk about trade schools? Why don't they talk about more people going into being journeymen, electricians, welding, shit like that, HVAC? I don't understand why we're not talking about the massive shortages in trade school, plumbing, all that shit. Dude, it pays a lot of money. You can start your own business with the skills you learn. That shit is high in demand, very little supply. You'll be paid to go to school. You don't graduate with debt. You have a job lined up already. You were most likely going to be provided a work truck. Hours are more intense, potentially. You'll be putting in overtime, most likely, but that's because you want to, and the pay is tremendous. And you have I have friends that went into welding, bro, when I was going to college. The guy was like 22 years old, graduated, finished whatever welding he was doing. The dude was driving a $100,000 truck that was basically purpose built for welding, all the tools and all the shit on it. Company provided. By like 24, 25, he already owned his own house, owned his own car, fully owned, paid off. While me and everybody else is racking up debt in college. I have friends that have graduated with $200,000, $300,000 in debt because they switched their majors and went to school for another like 2-3 years. And that's some shit. My buddy's just welding. Yeah, it's hard. Yeah, he welds in 100-degree weather. Yeah, he's putting his body through a bit more rigor than most people would in a white-collar office, air-conditioned, hunchback of Notre Dame build you're going to fucking have later in life. But he's happy. He's married. He has a ton of money in the bank. He's got no problems with bills. He's not at risk of having his job cut from right under him because, the bottom line, new management came in and they're looking to lean the company up. And good job, Ted, eat a dick. We're going to have to let go of your entire department. You've been a good little NPC bot wage cuck for the IRS, and it's time to see your ass goodbye. Better luck next time. You put in 10 years, 15 years, and that's all the company thinks about you, is you're just a bottom line number. You're not an asset to the company. You're a liability. You think as you're going through your career as a welder, you learn more specialties, you gain more experience, you become more proficient at your job, you start to charge higher prices. Nobody can weld like you. You're learning welding techniques or abilities that command a premium and a high price. There's very few people that could do certain jobs that you do. I mean, geez, man, look up some of these trade jobs and see what these guys on the top end earn. That's what you should be shooting for. The top end dudes that take their job seriously and really become maestros in their work command such a premium that it's not hard to believe that they're in the neighborhoods with doctors, with the dentist, and the lawyers, because these guys are owning their own business with others working under them on top of the work they do. It's kind of nuts. I know because I did remodeling and construction, and I pulled up to $1 million houses earned by tradies. Obviously, they were older men in their 50s, 60s, and they started their own company and obviously built it up. But a tradie, nonetheless, not a day in college. It can be done, boys. Let's see what some of the comments says. I'm sorry, but the lack of internships is not the reason people can't find jobs. I really wish they would stop with the lies. If you have been looking for a job, you're probably aware that employers are asking for up to 6 years of experience. I forgot about that one for entry-level positions. Yeah, you just graduated, but your entry-level job needs 6 years. Add to the tech industry layoffs. I really wish they would stop with the lies. College are for profit now. Time to regulate tuition for once. Bachelor's degrees are high school degrees now. Not a luxury anymore. Finishing college doesn't guarantee anything. Useless peace. Focusing on the lack of internships is yet another example of how the media blames individuals for systemic shortcomings. Many internships are unpaid, which means those who are from wealthy families are more likely to be able to participate. Nailed it. Excluding poor students. Furthermore, more and more job descriptions nowadays explicitly state that internships will not be considered as past experience. These, quote, news outlets really need to get with the times. Another one, stop. Businesses expect you to graduate college with 4 years of experience, 2 paid internships, and a major that you will hate, but that will make you more marketable. Don't blame colleges or college students for not meeting increasingly unrealistic expectations. Blame businesses for not investing in training new graduates. So glad that people are starting to realize that networking is the new buzzword and basically means nepotism. I have a master's degree and a cashier at a fast food place. Makes more money than me. College was a joke. College/universities don't exist to give their graduates jobs. They exist to make money off tuitions. Students are on their own when it comes to jobs and careers, period. Yeah, until the government butted their head in, made them college loans guaranteed and not able to be discharged, creating a debt bubble, massive inflation, and making it untenable for anybody that's not a multimillionaire to pay their way through college with a job. The worst thing is working at a job that doesn't require your college degree, or working at a job that networking got you that didn't require your college degree. Yet they claim we need to hire H-1B talent. Our country is getting bamboozled by corporatism. Nailed it. Someone said it here. You're better off learning a trade at this point. Look at this shit. I have a bachelor's in science and couldn't get a job paying better than $15 an hour part-time. I went to Walmart and got promoted to team lead at $19 an hour, which was decent, but I hate the company. Now I'm back at community college to become a paramedic. LMAO. What a waste of time. Yes. Let me fix the title. Roughly half of college student graduates are not being assimilated into the working class. Yeah, it's rough out there, boys. What is your stories on what's going on with jobs, applications, and colleges? I've been out of that game for years, and I'm never going back. Self-employment is the best form of employment. Boy, is it stressful, but damn, the freedom is worth it. Do everything you can to put your financial power into your own hands. Start your own business, side hustle, whatever it is. Learn some skills that make you independent of these corporations, because all you are to them is a number, and you'll never be free on the piddly monthly or weekly paycheck you're getting. Anywho, see you on the next one.